My name is Danielle Libby, and I am doing this video in response to Professor Reeve's review number 2, and it's on the Kony 2012 video. I would like to say I'm for the Kony 2012 video. I think that video was very well executed in the way that they did convey their message and what they believed. And what I would correlate it to would be actually Fritz Hitler's propaganda movies back whenever Hitler was reigning. Fritz Hitler was the guy who put together all those propaganda videos for the Nazis. And the reason he said that those succeeded the way they did was because they were simple and because they were repetitive. And I think the Kony 2012 video embodies those two principles very well. I'm not saying that it's, inappropriate propaganda or anything. I'm not comparing it at all, content-wise, to what was shown back then. But I do think that the reason it took off the way it did was because it was simple and it was repetitive, and it was released on a platform that allowed so many people to share it so quickly. I think that the principle behind it is what attracted so many people to it. The idea of helping somebody, or just the idea for the world to come together to help people that were or may still be struggling with Kony right now. And I think that it was noble of him to make the promise they did for his friend to take care of Kony, and I think that he is doing the best he can and doing extremely well to make that promise true and to make that promise to keep that promise for his friend. From my understanding of some of the debates that have been going on, like Kony is not involved anymore in Uganda, or his presence is no longer there. It's actually shifted, and he's broken, or like his band is broken up, or whatever. I think that despite wherever he is, or however many people are there, he's still there and he's still out there. And who's not to say that he is making a big army or a strong army? And if it's in a different place, okay, like just because it's not in Uganda doesn't mean that we can't go over it and deal with it. He's had these crimes against him, and he's had, he's really ruined people's lives. And to let somebody out there just walk around and, continuously do or try to do what he did in the past to his friend, it needs to be addressed. In the same sense, I do think more attention needs to be brought to other types of issues like this. But I do think that the way that it was presented for this particular campaign is very good. As for the boxes and going out and wallpapering the city with Make Kony Famous, I think it's a good idea. I really do. I know it takes money to get something like this started, and for their money to go towards whatever they needed to get anything out there. It's understandable. And I know there have been questions as to their financial practices. Like 30-something% goes actually towards the campaign, and the other 70 goes towards making whatever they need to make to make him famous. It's not a business, but it is. It does take money to run things. It does. And I'm sure that when they put the numbers together, like they put a majority, they put as much as they could to still succeed in what they were doing, and to make Kony famous, or to be able to contribute money to whatever they needed to. Their name still needs to get out there. Like the website still needs to get run. They still need people that make these things, and they still need developers to make a bigger picture of people. But I think that the way with the Kony 2012 video, the way it took off and its success, I can equate it back to it was simple and it was repetitive, and for that reason it was very successful. And I think it's a good idea that young people are getting the opportunity to help the world and to help a tangible way for them to know that they're helping something and that they're part of something. And if it was through Facebook, and if it was through that website, then they're definite advantage of the resources available to us today, especially for young people. Young people are very impressionable, and for just like young people are impressionable during the food era. I'm not equating it again with it sounds like I'm against it, but I'm not. I'm actually 100% for it. But when I was looking at the history of such, why I think campaigns like this were so successful, that particular propaganda campaign coming up. But it's a very good video, well executed, and I think that the idea behind it and the people that are getting involved, I definitely support it. So yeah, thank you.